Game on, game on. What's up, gamers? It's Vert, and you're in the right place to get the real deal. Today we will talk about a monster collecting game that is better than other Mon titles, Aethermancer. Some games don't just smash genres together. They fuse them so tightly you can't imagine one without the other. That's the magic of Aethermancer, which takes the unpredictability of a roguelite and blends it with the monster-taming charm we all loved in Monster Sanctuary. Coming from the same studio, Rai Games, it feels familiar in spirit, but plays completely differently. The world of Terrastai is a lot darker than you might expect. The monsters here aren't just companions, they're trapped in a grim cycle of death and rebirth, cursed for defying their world's virtues. As the Aethermancer, your job is to bond with these creatures and guide them toward redemption, giving them a chance to finally break free. Every journey into the fractured ruins is part of that struggle, with shifting, procedurally generated layouts that keep you on your toes. And when a run ends, whether you triumph or fail, you return to a hub village that grows right along with you. The NPCs aren't just set dressing, they react to your progress, making each run feel like a meaningful part of a much bigger story. Beneath the lore are the core systems that make the game tick: Aether, corruption, and rebirth. Aether is the lifeblood of combat, a shared resource your monsters generate each turn based on their element. It's not a static MP bar, but a dynamic pool that forces you to think on the fly. One moment you're shielding allies, the next you're poisoning enemies or draining their ether to stop a massive combo. Corruption, on the other hand, turns battles into a war of attrition. Any damage you take lingers, chipping away at your monster's health over time. You can clear it at rare shrines, but most of the time the tension comes from deciding if you dare take on one more fight when your team is barely hanging on. Then there's rebirth, the mechanic that turns failure into a powerful tool for progress. When a monster falls in a run, it's gone for good, but its soul persists, passing its traits and stat boosts on to its next life. Losing stings in the moment, but over time, you build a roster of creatures that feel like they fought and bled alongside you. Combat ties all of this together in 3-on-3 turn-based fights that feel sharp and deliberate. Speed dictates who goes first, and some monsters can manipulate that flow to put you ahead or push enemies back. Many foes telegraph big attacks, and breaking them with a well-timed stagger not only cancels the move, but can completely turn the tide. Status effects like poison, burn, shields, and vulnerability layer onto that, stacking into satisfying combos when you line them up right. Roles emerge naturally as you play. You'll find tanks that buy time, supports that shield or cleanse corruption, controllers that disrupt the enemy team, and damage dealers that do what they do best. Early on, balanced teams are key, but once you unlock more monsters and skills, the real fun begins with experimenting on glass cannon builds or debuff-heavy squads. Exploration keeps runs from feeling like a flat sequence of fights. The fractured ruins are a sprawling maze dotted with shrines, treasure nodes, branching paths, and dangerous elite encounters. Villager events pop up with bits of lore or items, while small environmental interactions like smashing barrels or mini quicktime events add extra flavor. Every decision pushes you to balance safety against greed. Do you chase that elite fight for a powerful reward, or do you take the safer road and live to fight another day? That risk versus reward tension runs through the entire game. The hub between runs is where the longer story comes alive. Rebirth rituals, new unlocks, and fresh classes for the Aethermancer all keep progression steady. Those classes shift your role dramatically, leaning you toward offense, support, or resource manipulation depending on your playstyle. Meanwhile, the village itself grows richer as NPCs respond to your choices. It's a layer of continuity that gives every dive into the ruins more weight. Comparisons to Monster Sanctuary are inevitable, and they're actually a great way to understand just how different this game feels. Monster Sanctuary gave you a stable, Metroidvania-style world to explore at your own pace, with monsters that never really left your side. Aethermancer throws you into procedural chaos, where monsters can die permanently and corruption grinds down your squad. Sanctuary was about nurturing a team with careful, permanent builds. Aethermancer forces you to improvise with what you've got, making the rebirth system the emotional and mechanical heart of the game. Losing a monster isn't just a setback, it's a crucial part of their and your journey. That's why the game works. Every decision sticks, damage carries over, dialogue evolves, and your monsters themselves reflect the battles they've survived. The art is colorful and sharp, the lore gives the grind a sense of purpose, and the mechanics constantly test your ability to adapt. If Monster Sanctuary was about steady growth in a reliable world, Aethermancer is about embracing instability, finding strength in failure, and turning loss into the foundation of progress. The demo already shows a game with immense depth, personality, and staying power. And if the full release delivers on that promise, this could easily be one of the most exciting indie RPGs in years. Do not forget to like and subscribe. If we missed anything, let us know in the comments. Aethermancer will release the 23rd of September. Wishlist now, and see you in Terraste.